Welcome to the annual MIT Sloan Club of New York board meeting. And hopefully this will be the last one that'll be strictly virtual for a good long time. And we have a lot to cover, but we're planning to cover it in probably no more than about an hour and 15. So I look forward to your hopefully staying until the very end. And we have things to vote on pretty much close to the top. So we're going to cover those in a few minutes, but I just want to give you a little sense of what we're going to cover tonight. First, we will have a board election, and you'll have a sense of how that goes when Peter Dolch begins to describe the process. Then we're going to be covering proposed bylaws. And every MIT club and probably every alumni club of every university or institute has bylaws, and we have. And we inherited bylaws that were very awkward to use. I won't go into details right now. And until this year, we didn't have a general counsel, and now we have one. And a lot of thought has gone into updating the bylaws so it's a more workable document for us to use going forward. And in about 15-20 minutes, more or less, I will introduce you to Chris Brzezinski, who is our general counsel, and he'll take you through that process. And then after that, we'll have presentations by our current chairs of events, finance, and we have a special event when we do the event part of the evening, our first annual female founders pitch. It's going to be an in-person event. I'm going to not go into any of the details so that our board member Nat can describe that event for you. But this is a very exciting activity and event for us. And I look forward to all you here tonight coming in person for the event in June. And following the events, we'll go into the finance of the club. We're in strong shape. And after that, and there will be Q&A in each of the areas for you to raise any questions that you might have and get hopefully some good answers. And then we're going to have a presentation by one of our new board members, Anusha Kalantari, who will be going over what's in store for updating our website, which is in sore need of exactly that, and going into some detail about what we're planning to do in social that we've never really covered before. And then new business, anything that you have on your minds. We welcome your ideas and participation. So with that, I would like to turn the meeting over to Peter Dolch, who's going to hold and explain our election.
Sure. Thank you, Larry. I'm going to try to figure a way to keep this somewhat brief because it could go on for a long time if we don't be careful. So high level, the nominating committee was composed of myself, Shrishti, and Chris. We spent quite a bit of time soliciting both new member potential nominations, interviewing people, having chats, figuring out who might be good to join the board who hasn't been on the board before. And we have 4 new people on the nomination list. We also spoke with or contacted all the current board members who were up for re-election, and those who are interested, they are on the slate. The plan will be to have each person who's being nominated give a quick 40-second intro about themselves. After that is done, we will use the raise your hand feature of Zoom to vote on the entire slate. If the entire slate passes, then we're good. If the entire slate doesn't pass, then we will vote on each person individually. And I believe everyone on this call except the new proposed members can vote. Is that correct, Chris?
That's correct.
Okay, great. So I have the list here. Larry, do we have the list to just put up there, or should I just call people's names out?
Call people's names out.
Okay, great. So I'll start. I have a MIT Sloan hybrid degree, undergraduate from 1989. Been a somewhat active member of the MIT clubs for 25 years, but never joined a board before. Larry finally twisted my arm last year. I came in. I'm currently the finance chair, as well as helping out the team that's putting on the Female Founder event. I ran a software development company for 25 years, and I'm currently very active in the entrepreneurial ecosystem in New York and New England. And then if Anusha could go, please.
Sure. Thank you so much, Peter. So I'm a recent graduate of MIT Sloan MBA program. I studied, my education is in electrical and computer engineering, and the interesting part is that I studied fashion design at Parsons. After, I worked over 10 years in manufacturing and commodity trading for a family business mostly in Iran, with a commercial office in Dubai. And I have volunteered ever since I graduated. And I am involved also with MyTask, which is another club that is focused on entrepreneurship. I also had my own fashion design line before I go to MIT in Dubai, and I am starting it again. And I am so happy to be here. And you all have to go to MIT Female Founders, because this event every day is getting better. Good?
Thank you, Anusha. Gregor, you're on mute. If you could go next, please. Gregor. Okay, we'll skip Gregor while he works on that and move to Benjamin, please. One of our new proposed members.
Awesome, very happy to. So yeah, Benji Stevens from the UK. I was a class of 2019 graduate in the MBA program, so I was at Sloan. Just a bit of background on me. I started my professional life as a management consultant in the UK. I guess particular highlight of that was I spent a year doing an oil and gas strategy project in Angola. After business school, I spent a couple of years at JP Morgan in the Media and Communications Investment Bank in New York. Lots of love there, but nice to have a little bit more time in life. Then I spent a year at Thrasio, which is, for those of you who haven't heard it, sort of the biggest aggregator of Amazon FBA businesses. And recently I joined a startup in New York where we are rolling up software companies, and I'm heading up the M&A side there. I'm married to my wife, Iomi. I live in New York, love to travel and ski.
Thank you. Asha?
Sure. Hey, everyone. Asha Arvindakshan, Sloan Fellow, class of 2017. I think I'm going into my 4th year with the New York Club, and I spent 2 years on the DC Club prior to that. Very active between the two clubs and also with the Sloan Fellows. I chair tech events. I work at a tech company. I also authored a book last year in career development. Happy to continue with the club.
Thanks, Asha. Jyoti was supposed to go next. I don't see her on here.
Here.
Oh, there you are. Sorry, I do see you. I lied. Hi, Jyoti.
Hi, everyone. This is Jyoti Singhvi. I am MBA class of 2006. I also have a joint degree with Harvard Kennedy School, MPA, Masters in Public Administration. Very briefly, prior to business school, I worked at IBM and KPMG in enterprise software, and then I completely switched careers and went into luxury goods and e-commerce, worked at Cartier, and have had some other experiences at Saks and David Yurman, etc. I am an entrepreneur currently. I launched my own e-commerce company, and most recently a learning and development company, the ACE Group. This is my 2nd or 3rd year on the board, maybe the 2nd year on the board, and it's very exciting. I focus on luxury goods and retail companies, most recently also on a little bit on DEI, and have had some other types of speakers too, which don't necessarily fall under luxury goods. one exciting project that I'm working on is the mastermind groups along with Srishti. You will hear more about that later.
Thanks, Jyoti. Is Karen on the call? I don't think we have
I don't
Karen.
see her.
What about David? I don't see David either. Okay, Nat, can you go next, please? Ooh, that is terrible. Nat, you sound like a robot. Can you try dialing in from your phone, maybe? We'll come back around to you. We can't hear what you're saying. Sasha, are you on? Oh, there you are. You're on mute, Sasha. Sasha. Gregor, I see you've come off mute. Are you actually there? Oh, Gregor's back on mute.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yep, can. Oh, and you went away. You're back.
There's communication problems here where I am today. Any better?
That is great, Gregor. If you could give us a quick 30, 40-second intro, it'd be great while we have you.
Okay. It actually works this time. Okay. Yeah, I'm MIT Sloan class of 2008, living in New York City. Also spent some time at Harvard, Stanford, and taken a couple classes at Columbia now. I'm a former aerospace engineer for Lockheed Martin and a former NASA headquarters executive, and switched to entrepreneurship and have been involved with some successful companies. But currently I'm a principal product manager at Amazon, still dabbling in entrepreneurship on the side, and excited to participate in the club so far. Already organized a curling event and hope to organize archery and some other events in the near future.
Super, thanks a lot. Sasha, are you there? Nat, I see you came back on. Do you want to try, see if the new connection works? No, we cannot. I know, it's very sad. Try, you're on your, I think you're still on your computer though. Try turning off the computer and just calling in on your phone and seeing if that works better using just the audio. And we'll move to Eddie while we're waiting for you to try again. Eddie, are you there?
I'm here. Hey,
All right.
Pete.
Hey, Eddie, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Tell us a little about yourself.
A little about myself. Well, I am an aspiring serial entrepreneur. How's that sound?
Let's give it 30, 40 seconds. That'd be good.
I am an inspiring serial entrepreneur working on a couple startups for now. I'm building on a platform to help decentralize web evolution, the web evolution by using blockchain domain naming systems, BDNS, to allow multiple blockchain integration and to be able to pass. And it'll be a new way of having a decentralized way of maintaining domain control instead of having it centrally controlled through ICANN and which is what all the other domain providers. It's called NextBlock. I'm a co-founder there, and we're launching our platform. I'm an MIT kid as you guys, and I'm based in New York City.
Thanks, Eddie. Nat, I see you're back without a picture. Can you try talking to us?
Hopefully this time it works.
That is awesome. So happy to hear you.
Amazing.
Tell us about yourself.
So yes, let me see we can toss video so people can see me. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. Cool. So I graduated in 2021 because I actually was like, I don't know which year I graduated. I started with 2020, but then I did a dual MPA at Harvard Kennedy School, and so I graduated in 2021. And then I joined a club last year, and my background was in traditional finance, so was in asset management, in operation a bit. And then after that, I went to graduate school, and I did a stint of investment banking with at JP Morgan. That's how I know Benji. And now I have been working on at a startup doing crypto, at a crypto project. And my role has been at the club has been organizing events. So there's like a focus on career development, women empowerment, and I'm on the team organizing the first annual MIT Female Founders. So we'll talk more about it, but it's super exciting event. And coming up is I'm hoping to be able to create a much stronger community where we can come together and get to know each other more after this pandemic.
Thank you. And we skipped over David. David, did you manage to get back on?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, David.
Great. Sorry about that. So I'm the FinTech events chair. We've had a couple good FinTech events, I guess. I graduated from Sloan in 2018. I'm the founder of 2 crypto startups, and one of them is focused on cross-border payments.
Great. Who have we missed? Jag, potential new member.
Hey everyone, excited to be amongst so many Sloan alums. My name is Jag Gill. I'm Sloan Fellow class of 2013. Prior to Sloan, I worked in finance at all the big banks, had PTSD from 2008, decided to go to business school, and then obviously drank the Kool-Aid and went into technology and haven't looked back since. So working with new technologies like AI, blockchain, machine learning to solve big social problems like human rights and supply chains and improving climate and human rights practices. And based downtown in New York, excited, building community and sort of ecosystems and networks is a real core value of mine. So I'm excited to reconnect with Sloan alumni and have recently served on the board of UN Women here in New York as well. So excited to help support programming, events, and community building more broadly.
Fantastic, Jag. Thank you. Also on the new member roster, Lexi.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I am actually a Sloan class of 2022, so 1 month left. And then I'll be moving to New York. Before Sloan, I did a stint at McKinsey for a few years. And then since coming to Sloan, I similarly have drank the MIT Kool-Aid and have pursued various entrepreneurial ideas. The latest one is a blockchain analytics platform for marketers. So good to hear that there's some fellow crypto enthusiasts in the group. And nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Leif, 4th member of the new member committee.
Hi, everyone. My name is Leif Lundas from Norway. It's a little weird name, but so I got my MBA in 2006. Since graduating, I've been on the buy side doing public and private market investments. For the last 7 years, I worked for an equity hedge fund called Sloan Capital in New York, investing in energy transition, renewables, and clean technology stocks with an overlay of ESG screens. My aspirations for the year is to help the club organize events on ESG topics as it relates to active and passive public market investing. There's a lot of confusion and some controversy even around ESG, and I think especially connected to recent energy security concerns. So I hope to shed some light on that by helping to organize engaging panel on discussions on that.
Leif, thanks a lot. Karen, are you on the call by any chance? I see at least one dial in. No, Karen. And did we skip over Sasha? I forget. Sasha, you're on mute.
Peter, Sasha wrote that he was at a conference, and I think he's trying to stay in, but I'm not sure he's able to do so. So he might just be, floating
Okay.
around.
Very briefly, Sasha's been a longtime member of the club, very active in putting on social events on our behalf. And if he can't join in, I think we will move on. Is there anyone I missed who needs to speak up about the election before we move on to the voting process? No, great. So I've shared on the screen a part of a document that we use to manage the nominations process. I'll just quickly review it so we know what we're voting on. Just at the very top, there's 4 board members who are not being voted on. They're serving part of their 2-year term. That's Guillaume, Chris. Chris as well, right? Guillaume, Larry, Chris, and Srishti. So they're not on the roster right now. 3 members of the executive committee would like to stay, myself, finance chair, Anusha as marketing chair, and Gregor as club architect. Board members that would like to continue, as Asha mentioned, tech events, GOT luxury events, Karen, who isn't on today, Westchester area events, David, fintech events, Nat, social events, Sasha, crypto and blockchain, and Eddie, VC and entrepreneurship. And the new members who we're proposing, Jag, who would like to be involved with women leadership and technology events, as well as help with club liaison support. Lexi, who would like to help with marketing efforts. Leaf, sustainability and ESG. And Benji, who has volunteered to help as tech chair, a role that we have had trouble filling in the past. So we're very happy to see him join the team. So that is the slate of nominees. And I would like to open up the nominations. If everyone could use their Zoom feature to raise their hand if they would like to vote for this slate of nominees while I refind my there we go.
Are we raising hand to vote?
We're raising hands. As you can see, little hands up there for voting aye. A raised hand is an aye. And mine just disappeared for some reason.
You can go to reaction and there's a bunch of options.
Does anybody not know where to find this? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think the ayes have it because we're not letting the new members vote. Is that correct?
That's correct. As the slate. If the slate fails, they can then vote on other.
Okay. And Larry, I don't see that you have voted. Are you voting aye?
I did vote aye.
You did vote aye. Your thing that's written. In that case, the ayes have it. So congratulations to everyone who volunteered to be part of the club. We have a new powerful roster for the upcoming 1-year term.
Congratulations, new board members. And Peter, Srishti, and Chris, thank you very much for the process. I know from prior years that it's not such an easy process, and I really look forward to working with everyone, especially the new members. And for those that are new members, we're going to create a buddy system so that a existing board member will soon reach out to you and just talk to you about the ropes as they see it, and be someone that hopefully in the course of the year you can always turn to for any questions, but especially between now and June 30, which is the last day of this term. Our new board begins on July 1st. So we're in that period where we've made the election. We're happy to announce it. It will soon be on the website, but the terms do not begin until July 1st. So again, thank you very much. And if any new board members specifically would like to reach out to me, and I know a couple have already, I've not gotten back yet, I intend to reach out to all. So congratulations and thank you. Peter, do you have any final remark?
No, just thank you to my co-members of the nominating committee, Srishti and Chris, for helping me get us get this project done. Next time when Larry asks me to do something, I'm going to ask him what's involved before I agree to do something. It's my new big learning for the year.
A lot of work.
Again, thank you. We're now ready for a discussion of the bylaws, the process that we've been through the past several months, looking at the bylaws. And Chris Krasinski, who was previously introduced, is the general counsel. And Chris, if you can take it away and begin discussing what we're about to discuss.
Thank you, Larry. Just to reintroduce myself, I am Chris Krasinski. I'm Sloan class of 2004. After Sloan, I ended up going to law school, which is how I became the general counsel. I didn't just make that title up. So I practiced law, and then Larry approached me about a year ago about adding to the board a general counsel. And during that time when I spoke to Larry, we had a very ambitious vision for the club. We were talking about updating the website, other communication channels, but also the bylaws, which are the governing. It's the governing document for the MIT Sloan Club of New York. And just walking through the main changes to the bylaws. A lot of the changes are either conforming to conforming defined terms and various other provisions. There's also various cleanup changes made to the document. So for example, the prior version of the bylaws listed specific months that the board would meet. We've added a little bit more flexibility. And for example, say, the board shall meet at least 4 times per year. We clarified the role of the executive committee and the board of directors. For those of you that have joined the board, the new bylaws provide that the board will be comprised of 9 to 20 individuals, and at least 6 of those shall form the executive committee, which I am a part of. 5 if someone serves 2 roles. So at least 6 members of the board will be on the executive committee, but 5 if someone, as I said, fills 2 roles. And so we clarified the roles of the executive committee and the board of directors. And then we also detailed procedures for various types of actions. So for example, with respect to signing agreements, who can sign agreements on behalf of the club? And those are the board chair and the finance chair, and those are detailed in sections 5.2 and 5.6 of the bylaws. Filling vacancies, so the executive committee can fill vacancies. That's in section 6.4 of the bylaws. And then also procedures for removing directors, and that's set out in sections 4.7 and 4.8. As Larry hinted, we spent quite a bit of time going through the bylaws. We spent months going through the bylaws, and it's gone through various sets of comments. Ultimately, the executive board reviewed and voted to approve the bylaws, which then went to the full board, and the entire board voted and approved the bylaws. And now the last remaining hurdle is that at the annual meeting for these bylaws to be ratified by all the members. So that's sort of a high-level summary of why we decided to revisit the bylaws, the steps that were taken in connection with updating the bylaws and the changes that were made to the bylaws. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Okay. So Larry, I think at this point in time, we can maybe have another vote to approve the bylaws as they were circulated.
So why don't you propose to do that?
Yeah, so I think we can use the same voting function, all in favor of ratifying the bylaws that were circulated in the new form. If you could vote, if you raise your hand, that is a vote in favor of the changes. Is anyone keeping
There's
count?
10, there's 11, 12, 13.
All present can vote, not just board members.
That is correct.
15.
So I think that's majority then.
It's definitely a majority.
So great, we will reflect that the bylaws were ratified at the 2022 annual meeting of the MIT Sloan Club of New York. And these new bylaws will go into effect as of today.
Thank you very much, Chris. And thank you, members of the MIT Sloan Club of New York. We're now up to the event portion of our board meeting. And Srishti Gupta has been a tremendous leader for us this past year. And she's going to provide a brief overview of what we've done since last July, and then what we have immediately in the future between now and the end of June, and then a little discussion of what's ahead beyond there. So Srishti, please.
Thanks, Larry. Nice to meet everyone. I think I joined a little late, so couldn't introduce myself. My name is Srishti Gupta. I graduated from Sloan in 2019 with Masters in Business Analytics. I have been with the club for 2 years now, and I work with BlackRock in the Risk Analytics division. So with that, I'm gonna get started and give a brief overview of the events we have had. Let me share my screen. Is everyone able to see the presentation? Okay, great. So this past year, we have had 28 events, including the ones coming up soon. Out of this, we had 6 in-person events. The breakdown by different content is we had 6 social events, 24 content events, varying from finance, career, VC, quantum computing, supply chain, etc. We also have strong affiliation with other clubs, which we are trying to establish more and more. Currently, we have affiliation with Columbia Business Club and other regional MIT clubs, and based on which we had 5 affiliate events. That simply means that we organized events in collaboration with them or cross-promoted their events. Now, just an overview of the events we had previously or up till now. The first event we had is we had in-person event, which was curling event in March. It was a great success. It was nice to see people stepping outside and getting together. So it was amazing. Second is the holiday party, which we had in December. I know many of you attended that party. This was organized in collaboration with MIT Club of New York. It was a great success. We had around 80 people come in, and everyone was pretty happy coming in for in-person event after such a long time, and it was a great success. This year, we also had our inaugural event for doctoral alumni. That's the 3rd event listed here. We had Global CEO of Barclays, Venkat, come in and give presentation on sustainability development. It was great success as well and attracted a few doctoral alumni. We hope to get more engagement from that segment in our future programming. We had event on quantum computing, which was put up by Eddie. It was a great success, great panel, and one of the few events we had in this domain. So great to see different events from different domains springing up. We also had event. It was around how to eradicate stress and cultivate extreme resilience. This was organized by Jyoti, and she brought in amazing speaker, Dr. Srikumar Rao, who was amazing, and he gave great insights based on his experience and research. So it was amazing to see that. And last but not the least, we had event on MIT's South Asia History Project. This was organized in association with MIT SAAA Club, and it was coordinated by Asha from our club. It was great to see such a different topic being brought in light, and this Sloan is having exhibit on South Asia history starting October. So this is just a chunk of the amazing events we have had till now. Thank you so much for all the organizers, and we hope we are gonna continue having these amazing events in the future, and hopefully more in person this year. Overview about the upcoming events that we have lined up for May and June. We have, as Asha posted in the chat, we have event coming up on space innovation tomorrow. It's in noon, and Asha is bringing a great panel of speakers from NASA, SpaceX, etc. to talk. So it's going to be nice. It's also part of the Sloan Space Exploration Week. So it rightly sits in with what our school is doing back in Boston. We also have another event coming up on May 4th. This is around sustainability for businesses. It is in association with MIT Club of New York. And this is a hybrid event. You can attend virtually, but there's also opportunity to attend in person. There's limited capacity. We are bringing two great people for this event, both are Sloan alumni. Alicia, who is the speaker, she has written a book on impact challenges, and which is going to be released this week. So she's going to talk about it. And the session will be moderated by Angelique, who is Sloan alumni, and she is also CEO of Ernest Knoll. So really excited for that event. And last but not the least, we have our first and flagship event coming up, which is Females Founder Pitch Competition. I am going to let Nat or Peter talk more about it.
Nat has volunteered to lead this one.
Perfect. Over to you, Nat.
Yeah. So for the MIT Female Founders Pitch Competition, we are going to have it on June 14 at the Harvard Club of New York, and it will be in the evening, so like 5 to 9:30. We shared the agenda the other day, so I'm going to talk about the agenda quickly. We basically have, you can look at the website, so nysloan.com, but we are thinking about moving to another one. I think we also have some problem with that, but Anusha may add that later. And then, so on the agenda we have a keynote speaker talking like some high profile female founders. And then we have the panel for VC investor, the VC panels, and then one panel for the founders. And all the founders, we're looking for people who have raised money before to share the experience raising money as females. So all these panels and speakers are all females. Don't have to be from MIT, can be from anywhere. And the pitch competition would be, we'll select out of a number of applications, and we'll have 8 MIT affiliate founders, and all of them, all the females are had to affiliate directly with MIT, went to school at MIT, in any of the schools, of course. And the price would be $10,000. And then we also have additional prizes as well. So that goes to the tickets. We have the target 150 tickets that we want to sell, and like we have the space that we have is for 150 minimum, and we can get up to 250 people. or 200 people. And then the sponsorship one, we have raised in total $36,000 and $25,000 from Fox Rothschild. And then 5,000 from XRC Lab, 5,000 from MIT Sloan Club of New York, which is amazing. Thank you. 1,000 from Swim. And so with that, we'll pay a portion of that for the Harvard Club, the venue, food. There will be 1 hour where food and drinks are provided. And then $10,000 for the price. And then additional on the cash price, there's like $32,000 worth of value in the services from Grip Venture Studio. And there's in terms of the other sponsors that we are talking to. So Anusha is talking to these high profile sponsors. This is Neiman Marcus, Richmond, Vouch Insurance, and potential will continue reaching out to other sponsors in order to add more funding to the event, because at this point we are a little bit kind of meet the budget. So we want to add more in a way that like make it more a higher profile event, also have a flexibility in terms of spending. And so that's why we would love to ask the community to post the event on social media. We have it on MIT Sloan Club of New York. We also have the LinkedIn specifically for MIT female founders. And then if you know any sponsors or entrepreneurs that will want to join or sponsor us, that will be, would love to connect with them. And then last but not least, come to the event. So just go to the nysloan.com. And if I'm missing anything, Peter and Nusha, please add.
Yes, I actually want to jump in here and add a few things about the social media. So I'm going to include all of the links for you guys on the chat for our LinkedIn, and we are also on TikTok. So we are the youngest, hippest club out there. If you can please share that on the LinkedIn, we have a page, and also we have an event. And on that event, last time I think 250 above people RSVP. And we have, I think, over 170 members who have joined. And we are having really high profile companies very, very interested as the event is moving forward. So Richmond Group, who owns like Cartier, Van Cleef & Arpels, Alaya, Net-a-Porter, they have shown interest. Neiman Marcus and Vouch. We have created hashtags, which I will elaborate further in my presentation. And we would love if you use those hashtags. I will share it in the chat. In any posting you make about the event on LinkedIn, on Instagram. We are also on Instagram, and it's growing. So thank you. And Peter, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I was going to say, first of all, I was going to thank my team for all the hard work we've been putting in up until now on this. It's really coming together great. I'd like to point out that Anusha has created some tremendously compelling content for people to cross-post on different social media platforms, LinkedIn, those kinds of places. So when you get, maybe we'll also share outside of the chat window, just a communications document for people to help socialize this event. There's really some very compelling content we have around this, which is very exciting for our event. And also, as Nat mentioned, there's still some room on some of the panels. There's room on the judging panel. We could still use another moderator. We have a lot of people to solicit, but we're interested in getting more input from our community. So the overriding theme for people to be on stage at the event, whether it's a judge, a moderator, a panelist, is deep connections within the VC, entrepreneurial, angel investing ecosystem in New York and I guess the Northeast in general. That's the overriding concern. People with a lot of credibility in that community.
And Peter, do they need to be women or not necessarily?
Ideally women, yes.
Great, thank you.
Anyone have any questions about the event? If not, Peter, I'd like to continue with you, and if you'd be kind to give the financial overview and report. Thank you.
Sure. And as the newly appointed finance chair, it ought to have been obvious. I should have had a document to share with you all today. However, it wasn't obvious. Next meeting, I'll definitely have something prepared. Financial condition hasn't changed much over several months. We have approximately $25K in the club account that's not sponsorship money that's targeted for the event. So that money's been there for quite some time. The expenses of the club over the last several months have been quite minimal, other than some marketing expenses. We haven't had a lot of outlays. It would be interesting to see how that changes over the rest of this year as we start doing more events in person and start having more things we can actually put money into. I guess quick final summary. It took a little while to get access to all the various club accounts and sort those things out. That's all taken care of. So going forward, managing the club accounts is all taken care of.
I'd just like to add that the MIT Sloan Alumni Association has been an annual donor to our club. Last year it was $5,000, and I had a in-person meeting last week, and they're on for another $5 for the coming year.
Who is the contact there, Larry?
It really varies from time to time.
But it was Leah. I had her down.
But Leah is the day-to-day.
Okay.
But Laura is her immediate boss, and it was she who said that as well as Leah.
Great, thanks.
Anyone have any questions about the state of our treasury?
Nope.
Pardon?
No question. Nope, I'm all set.
Thank you. So the next thing on our agenda is the work that Anusha has been doing. She's one of our newest members. She's right now living, 12,000 miles away, but she has been really terrific working with the First Female event in her spare time. She's been proposing new things for our website, and she's already involved with social media, something we've never really done well. So Anusha, can you tell the club and members what your plans are for the coming year?
Sure, I have created a presentation, so may I share my screen and go through that with you guys? Yes.
Share.
Okay, the first time I met Larry, the first thing he told me, we really need to update that website. And I completely agree. And I am a social media branding, graphic design enthusiast. So I really love to be of help. So I did a little bit of a research, and also through my class, MIT Alumni Startups Network, I learned a lot, and also learned about how the backend system, no, not a lot, but I learned how the backend system of Encompass works, which really doesn't work. Okay, so this is the strategy. First for the web. Okay, so in the next slide, you're going to see the changes that I think I'm suggesting that we make. First, we have to add menus and content that are more useful, interactive, and relevant, something that would make people to come on our website and click on it. For example, the carousel on our homepage, it has switchboard and it has just a picture of New York, which I think, for example, we could use that carousel, that valuable space with the banner of the events, and also link to the events or share something like amazing about what's going on at MIT. I'm also a social ambassador for MIT. So they always send me like articles and new happenings at MIT, which I share. Another thing is that considering we have an amazing team here, all of you blew me away by your backgrounds. I think we should all have our LinkedIn profiles and a bio about ourselves, the team that volunteers and doing, behind the scenes, on our profile so people can reach out to us, and also more volunteers would come and say, hey, I want to join this amazing team. Also for the past events, maybe I didn't find it, or like it was somewhere but I couldn't find it, but it would be great if we have a gallery and we have, or if we are recording a virtual, we have that recording and even publish it on YouTube. Our logo is not showing on the main page. And like, for example, if you check the MIT DC Club, they have their logo at the top, and we should have a more symbolic logo. I redesigned the logo and I will show it to you on the 2 more slides from now, and you can decide what you want to do with the logo. Aesthetics. Right now, whenever we want to highlight something, we use everything. We bolden, we use a different red color, we underline it, and we make it italic. This is like a huge no-no in web design and graphic design. You just need one form of highlighting something important. And also every page looks different. Everything is distorted. So a more cohesive and unified design makes it more eye-pleasing. Again, Washington, DC, using the Encompass is doing, I think, a good job as much as possible. So Encompass and iModels are not very easy to deal with. And again, the event organizer. So I am creating a Canva. I have an account and I'm going to share a page with everybody in the club. And I am creating a sample model for you guys. You have to make, for your event, you have to provide high quality images to collect. And I will give an instruction on how to do it. We need a square image, which is going to be a circle cutout. And also we need a high quality banner image. For the website, this is some of my brainstorming and research through other clubs. So we will have our logo here. Again, next page, decide on what you like. But we are going to have, definitely we need that home because it's easy. Everybody wants to go whenever they go home and click there. Let's just go to the homepage. Events. We have to have a tab for upcoming events, the past events, the affiliate group events, which I will share why we should feature our affiliate group events, and then networking mixers, which is, I think, the most exciting thing. More exciting than events is networking mixers and getting to know the most amazing people at MIT. Resources. You know, Switchboard is actually a resource of MIT, and it's actually a sort of a dead one. I am there, and I volunteer to do many things, but I don't, people don't get contacted. It's sort of dead. But also MIT has a list of entrepreneurial resources through alumni, which I actually got it from MIT and my advisor. We can, in networking, so Switchboard will go under networking. All our networking mixers will go under networking. And there are other networking resources at MIT for alumni. The volunteer resources and a Slack channel, which again, I will propose at the end, which my test has, and I think it's amazing. It really builds community. MIT female founders. We have decided that my wonderful, wonderful, amazing team, we have decided that MIT female founders pitch competition when we were building the social media and the website is actually something bigger. Like, you know how my task is actually going to have MIT, right now we are having MIT circles, MIT founders, and later on we're going to have MIT investors. So it's going to be 3 independent groups under my task. And we can have MIT female founders creating a support ecosystem or a venture fund or whatever under MIT female founders. Under this, we will have the website. Every year, we are going to say, oh, our chosen top 8 applicants, these are the people who pitched, this is the winner. So people who actually make the effort to come to the event and pitch it, they would get recognized, they would have some coverage. And our sponsors, we want our sponsors to come back. We should definitely have a page dedicated to them. Who were our sponsors in the past and who will be in the future? And also documented, have a gallery, pictures, teasers, I don't know, fun memes, whatever, we put it in the gallery. And then membership, what membership categories we can have, who can join, become a member, and partners. So what another marketing strategy that I think for the club, and I'm sorry if I'm running over my 3 minutes, but is to partner with companies and nonprofits in New York, because we need them literally for venue, like we are paying Harvard Club. But if we had partnered with a company in New York, like for example, I go to Bloomberg, one of us go to Bloomberg and the junior analysts will want to apply to MIT, we volunteer to go and have an info session for them and say, hey, listen, yeah, this is how you apply for Sloan, this is how you do GMAT, and just mentor them. Or even maybe volunteer with museums. And then in future, these partners are going to come and help us whenever we need with the venue, with the speaker. So this is, again, and it's a great marketing strategy because they will feature us. And the other one, about. So what you're going to have is going to be our mission, who is our team, and we're going to have our LinkedIn profiles there, our bios there, and then a bylaws and the club history. When did this club started? Who was here? What changes? What influences we have? So this is what we had before. Honestly, I haven't seen it before until I spoke with Larry and Natalia. But this is the logo that the club has been using. But this is too wide and it's not going to fit really anywhere. So the most compact version, so what they did is that they used the MIT Sloan Management logo, and then we just here under here, Sloan Club of New York. For me, this is not really differentiating, but if we have used it for a very long time, we can still use it, but this would be a more compact version. I don't know if we have a higher quality image in Illustrator, but I can definitely do it for the club. This is another one that I designed, but I don't know if you like it. Everybody has to decide which one they like it, which one you like, but I would say definitely this is too long. This is more like a banner than a logo and not a good one, but I'd be happy to do an Illustrator file for this. Now, social media. So our LinkedIn right now is a group. There's a difference between group and page. For page, every one of you can list and say, I am, like, for example, the marketing chair, or I am the finance chair, right? And on pages, everybody can post. But on groups, people have to apply and then join the groups. But it is visible. Whatever is happening in the groups, I think it is visible to outsiders, but then we would have to approve them. We can create a LinkedIn page because it is more interactive. It is more like a company. You can create events under it. It's more versatile. So we can have a group. So for MITAS, we have a page. And for the MIT founders, we have a group. So I can build a page easily, and about outsiders can follow it, which is not a bad thing, because if we want to, like, for example, for our female founders pitch event, we are selling tickets to outsiders. Now outsiders can buy tickets to our event. Again, up to you. There was an error in the linkage of our LinkedIn on our website, which I will ask Colette to help. Instagram, I think, better than Facebook. And whatever you post on Instagram, it automatically gets posted on Facebook. Facebook is almost completely dead. So definitely, I think we should have an Instagram, and we should use hashtags there, create stories, and do partnerships with companies on our Instagram, with our affiliate groups on Instagram. YouTube, we need to upload our events. We have amazing events, amazing speakers. If we are allowed to record them, we should. And for MIT team of founders, I think every one of us are going to create like a 60-second videos on who is Peter, who is not, who's Stephanie, who am I, and talk about why we are doing MIT team of founders. Slack. Under Slack, we could have all the people who are members of our club engage, create channels. We could have a channel for job postings. We can have a channel for entrepreneurship. We can have a channel for events, mixers, whatever. And people ask questions. The MITAS Slack is really interactive, and people always ask questions and become friends and engage with each other. Hashtags, MIT Sloan NYC, MIT Sloan NY. We need both of them, because once you are in a hurry, if you're in an event and you want to post a story, you want to tell your audience to use it, and they're going to click on the first one that comes up. And depending on what has been most used, they're going to either click on NYC or NY. And MIT Female Founders is for the MIT Female Founders, but please use it as much as possible. Use it in events, in social media. Encourage your audience, whoever on your social media, to use them. We should encourage all of us, we should use it, and the members of the club to use it. Now for marketing strategies. Okay, so besides Columbia, Wharton has amazing professors who are all grads of MIT, like Professor Peter Fader, who is also with his wife both of them grads of MIT and the founders of Baker Retail Center, who does amazing events in the retail space and analytics, right? So we can partner besides Columbia, we could also partner with Wharton, New York, MIT club in New York, and also the 2 clubs in Boston. And we could have more partnership events because this gives double coverage. And once we also feature them on the affiliate events, they would also feature us, which is double marketing, double helpful, more community, more engagement. Local partners, I covered this. We go to museums, nonprofits, we collaborate with them, we help them, we reach out to them. Hey, listen, do you need help from MIT alumni in New York? Do the employees in, I don't know, New York Times need some help, need some mentorship, or any type of volunteer thingy, mentoring? It's good also for entrepreneurs. If somebody, like we have so many entrepreneurs on our board. So imagine so many people want to become entrepreneurs, for example, in Bloomberg, and then they would contact you and say, hey, listen, can you give me some advice? And if we do it for them, they will help us in future. Networking mixers, my most favorite. We could have them monthly or weekly, and we could have themes for them, even like entrepreneurship, crypto event, or the recent graduates, the class of 2023, biotech. And also we could have virtual events, virtual mixers, cross country, cross states. And I think I'm done. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so sorry I went too long.
Anusha, you're not done, you're just beginning.
Well, okay.
Thank you very much. That was really a really truly exciting presentation of what our club is going to be doing in the next year. And Anusha, you have so much energy, such creativity. I think I can speak for the executive board and the board of directors and the alumni members as a whole. We're so glad to have you aboard. And all the other leaders, Trishti and Chris and Peter, and I can go on. I think we have a fabulous team that you've just voted in, and we're looking to do as we've never done before, to bring community and ideas and creativity to club members. By the way, everyone who's a Sloan alum in the metropolitan area is a club member, and to integrate what we're doing more than ever with Cambridge, Sloan as well. And we have ideas that we're not covering today, from a newsletter with real content that's generated by us, not just content from Cambridge that we're going to be reproducing that you can find elsewhere. And social events, we've been limited, of course, because of COVID, but hopefully we'll be doing more of those, and including some virtual ones, because we can include people that can't always come in person. If you have any ideas for events, for anything that the club could be doing, that could be on our website, could be in a newsletter, could be an event, in person, virtual, please bring them to us. We'll have a spot on the website that it'll be easier, for you to communicate with us through that. And anyone on the board that you want to reach out to, if you can't find them, find me. I'll be easy to find and I can hook you up. But the most important thing is we're here for you, and we want to know what you want. If you have any ideas today, we've got a few more minutes. Please let us know right now. It's a good time.
Hey, hey, Larry, this is John Shaka. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Larry, just want to say, great to be a part of the alumni. Great job. Congratulations to everybody that's been elected in. Just a really quick comment. Great job, Anush, on what you just gave it as a presentation. I've talked to Larry about a year ago about some of the things that you have mentioned, and I'm happy to see that really starting to come to fruition. Just real quick comment. I've been recruited. I'm on an NDA. I can't disclose information, but I can share with you that there's a lot going on at Facebook for innovative activity, and I'm working on an NDA. I can't disclose it, but they're definitely not dead. I just wanted to share that with the group. There are some incredible things going on there. There's some that's public knowledge, some that's not disclosed, but there are some incredible innovative things going on. So just a quick comment, with the Facebook being dead, it's definitely not.
Well, good.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else? I would also like to add that we're very interested in diversity, and diversity among us as alumni. We come from various parts of the world, different walks of life. We're in different industries, and we are very interested in serving all the different diverse interests of our area community. And events can be part of that. Quantum events, which Eddie has done now 2 years in a row, is different than anything else we've done. And we're looking for other things like that that appeal to our community. And sometimes there's a very interesting topic that not necessarily are we professionally involved with, but because of the interest, there's a great turnout. And Quantum was one of the best attended events that we've done in the past year. And not that many of us, I'm sure, are involved in Quantum here in New York. So creative ideas that you have, really approach, Shrishti, who is the event chair, or anyone else. And when we provide very soon a mechanism on our website, go to the website and reach out that way if you prefer. Any final comments from anyone? I'd like to thank Colette, who many of us know. She's been our administrator for many, many years. And without her, we just wouldn't be able to be a smooth operating machine as we actually are. And thank you, Colette, for everything that you do for us.
My pleasure.
You're welcome.
Larry, this is Jyoti. Can I just make one quick comment?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Srishti and I have been working on the mastermind group, and it's moving along. We're looking to create a working group to move this process along. If anybody's interested, please email me. I just put my email address in the chat box. It's jyotisingvi@gmail.com, but it's in there. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, please take one more minute to explain what it is. Not everyone's familiar.
Sure. So mastermind groups is a group of 6 to 8 people that are similar in industry and life and career stage. And we're going to create that across MIT Sloan members in New York and hopefully expand it out later on. But this is a pilot program. This is kind of like the circles that MIT Club of California did, and they just launched a circles for entrepreneurship. And the purpose is to really help and support each other in that group professionally and personally. It's going to be very confidential what gets shared in there, but it's just like your personal board of advisors. What Srishti and I have done is create, and we've discussed this in the past, we've created a form with the questions that we're going to share with the members of the MIT Sloan Club. We'll send it out, and we're going to share that form with everybody just to get your input. And that's how we're going to start recruiting people, members, to start wanting to participate in it. I had mentioned about this in several events, and there has been good interest to participate in being in a mastermind group. And once we get the forms of the members, we're going to match make them pretty much manually ourselves and put them together in our group. There will be some programming, some formal programming, but the purpose of the group is to meet once in 2 weeks and help each other with whatever career and professional and sometimes life issues, challenges, or aspirations or goals that they have. That's it.
Well, thank you. Anybody else? For those that are here who are board members and members of the executive committee, I'd just like to announce that there will be no executive committee and no board meeting in the month of May. And thank you everyone for being here and for voting for our new slate, approving our bylaws. And I look forward to seeing you all at events and participating in any way that you would like in our club activities. So thank you all.
I think also a general thank you to Larry for expanding the vision of the club and kind of corralling all of us to help move things to a new level. It's been great to be part of this.
Peter, thank you. Have a good night. Have a good night. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye.
Everyone.